And a warm welcome to the program. I'm Melinda Akinlami. Our focus is on the Northwest today, but first, our top story. The Senate has confirmed Sylvester Wauche as the new Controller General of the Nigeria Correctional Service. His appointment was made by President Bola Tinubu on December the 13th, 2024, follows the retirement of Haliru Nababa. The confirmation came after the Senate Committee on Interior, led by Senator Adams Oshomole, presented its report for consideration. Lawmakers unanimously adopted the committee's recommendation during plenary. While announcing the confirmation, the Senate President, Senator Govt, asked him to secure correctional facilities nationwide and end the era of frequent jailbreaks across the country. As part of efforts to tackle insurgency, banditry and other related crimes in the northeast, northwest and other parts of the country, the Defense Headquarters has commenced the training of 2,400 special forces at the Armed Forces Command and Staff College on counterinsurgency and counter-terrorism operations. Speaking at the opening ceremony, the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, and the Minister of Defense, Abubakar Badaru, noted that Special Operations Force is a strategic initiative to enhance the effectiveness of military personnel in tackling internal and external security threats.
I have the honor to announce the arrival of the special guest of honor for
the evolving dynamics of modern warfare and the unique challenges posed by asymmetric threats demands that nation security forces are well trained, equipped and capable of responding swiftly, effectively and decisively. It is in this regard that the federal government, through the Defense Headquarters, has commenced the training of Special Operations Forces at the Armed Forces Command and Staff College, Jaji, Kaduna State. The opening ceremony of the training for the first batch of the Special Operations Force is attended by the Minister of Defense, Abubakar Badaru, Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, top military officers, and the Deputy Governor of Kaduna State, Hadiza Balarabe, representing Governor Uba Sani.
Our nation is presently facing a myriad of security challenges, and this has brought to the fore the need to be decisive, dedicated, ingenious, and resilient. Therefore, the establishment of this Special Operations Force is a path to addressing these security challenges. In essence, you are on that path. The training is therefore a welcome development that will foster professional competence and instill warrior ethos in the participating personnel. It is expected that the high caliber of instructors assembled for this crucial task will reinvigorate the fighting spirit and tactical acumen of the troops.
In their separate speeches, the Chief of Defense Staff and the Minister of Defense described the training as a significant milestone in the federal government's commitment to build a modern armed forces that is combat ready.
We are succeeding with our operations, and we hope at the end of the 3 months when they join the force, we'll have better successes ahead of our operations, because the challenges are there and the capabilities that they have will give us the advantage over the adversary. Thus, I'm optimistic that the Special Force operation will be pivotal in our efforts to defeat terrorism, insurgency, and other activities inimical to security. I'm also impressed with the state-of-the-art training facility, which will no doubt enhance the efficient training of personnel of our armed forces. To the 800 gallant men of the Armed Forces of Nigeria who have availed themselves for this training of a detailed selection process, I commend your dedication and patriotism. You are the vanguard of a new chapter in our defense. I want to state here that the Special Boat Service of the Nigerian Navy has remained the best special forces we have on ground. And so I want to challenge this new training, that your training must not go below the SBS standard.
This Special Operation Force training is a strategic initiative aimed at enhancing our operational effectiveness in combating terrorism, insurgency, transnational crimes, and other asymmetric threats that bedevil our great nation. This Special Operation Force will serve as a critical pillar in securing our national sovereignty, protecting citizens, and maintaining peace and stability within and beyond our borders. This training has been meticulously designed to develop highly skilled personnel in special combat tactics, counter-terrorism operations, intelligence gathering, and hostage rescue missions. The program will prepare trainees for high-risk mission in both urban and hostile environment, ensuring they can adapt to dynamic threats.
The Kaduna State government reassures of its continued support to the military as they fight against the enemies.
The situation we have found ourselves makes it expedient that we adapt, innovate, and provide these trainees with skills to not only prepare them for the battlefield, but to equip them with the tools to make sound decisions in high-pressure situations.
The essence of the training is to create a force capable of conducting high-impact operations with precision, speed, and efficiency against any internal or external threats.
To health issues now, the Zamfara state government has reaffirmed its commitment to eradicating tuberculosis as it commemorates World TB Day 2025, highlighting key milestones. The Commissioner for Health, Dr. Nafisat Maradun, who was represented at the media briefing, expressed satisfaction with the progress made in TB prevention, diagnosis and treatment across the state. He noted that targeted screening efforts and improved diagnostic techniques have significantly increased TB detection rates.
We have made remarkable progress in combating TB in our dear state under the committed and able leadership of His Excellency Dr. Dauda Lawal. Through a combination of effective prevention, diagnosis, and treatment strategies, and we have been able to reduce the burden of TB on our population. One of the key achievements we are celebrating today is the increase in the TB detection rates. Through targeted screening efforts and improved diagnostic techniques, we have been able to identify more TB cases in the state than ever before. Cases 10,216. Cured and treatment completed, we have 5,313. Death rate 18. That is 1% of the total treated patients. Treatment success rate 99%. This has allowed us to provide timely treatment to those affected and prevent further transmission of the disease.
Staying with health matters, last week the Kebbi State government reported that the death toll from the meningitis outbreak rose to 56 from 653 suspected cases. Since then, the State Ministry of Health has received interventions from the federal government, including 3,000 doses of vaccines, which were allocated to the 3 most affected local government areas. As at the time of that report, just over 1,500 people had been vaccinated in Alero local government area, while 798 persons received the vaccines in Gwandu local government area and 450 in Jega local government area. The meningitis vaccination follows a 15-year cycle, with the last campaign being conducted in 2018. Let's get more updates as we are joined by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Health in Kebbi State, Dr. Nuhu Koko. A pleasure having you with us on the program.
Thank you so much.
Now, has Kebbi State been able to contain the outbreak in the affected areas that we just mentioned?
Yeah, so far so good. we've made a we've seen remarkable improvement in the situation as the outbreak is being contained. The number of people reporting to health facilities with all those signs and symptoms of the disease have drastically reduced. I could say that the last press briefing we had, as you have mentioned, the suspected cases that were reported at the health facilities across those 3 local governments and some few other 2 local governments was 653 with recorded deaths of 56. The current record, as the data shows, the suspected cases is 898 with 69 deaths. But the situation, I can say, is under control. We've observed a drastic reduction in the number of people reporting to the health facilities and also in the number of admissions in the 3 isolation centers which we've set up at Gondu, Jega, and other local government areas. All this has to do with the immense support we received from the state governor on that able leadership of His Excellency, Comrade Dr. Nasi Idris Gondu, who has supported the ministry with funds for the procurement of the emergency drugs and all other necessary logistics, which enable us to procure all the necessary drugs and medical consumables, and also to embark on aggressive public sensitization, engaging community leaders to sensitize the people to know what are the signs and symptoms of this disease, and also what they should do to protect themselves from getting this disease, and also to report promptly to the nearest health facility once they observe these symptoms. So this has gone a long way in sensitizing the people and also reducing the mortalities that were earlier frightening from the beginning of the outbreak. And with this also, we received tremendous support, technical and material, from WHO, UNICEF, and also Medicines Sans Frontières. The state office also of the National Orientation Agency also collaborated with the State Ministry of Health in the public sensitization, so that people are aware of what the disease is, what they should look after, and what they should do. And if they happen to observe any sign of disease, to report immediately to the health facilities, and people are complying with this. So also the deployment of additional health personnel to the 3 most affected local governments also. This also led to improvement in the case management of those people that reported to the facilities and admitted at the isolation centers, which greatly reduced the mortalities arising from this outbreak of meningitis in the state.
Now, Dr. Koko, you've been talking about the campaigns, the deployment of personnel and what have you, but can you tell us more? How many areas has the state government been able to cover with the ongoing vaccination?
Well, as we've said earlier, we received only 3,000 doses of the meningitis vaccine, and these were deployed to these 3 most affected local governments of Aleru, Jega, and Gondu. And we are still awaiting more supplies from the national so that we can commence a mass vaccination, meningitis vaccination across all the 21 local government areas of the state.
Okay, so what about the affected persons? You said there are about 800 suspected cases now, over 800, right? So how is the treatment?
898 cases. Among these 898, some have been treated and discharged. These are just the reported cases, not the mortality or death. But these are the people right in the beginning. This figure is from the beginning, from the first week of the outbreak till this moment. 898 cases so far been reported. It's out of this that you have the mortalities included. Out of this figure, we have 69 deaths so far. right from the time the outbreak was declared. And out of this number also, it contains also the number of those that have been treated at the 3 isolation centers we set up, treated and got well and were discharged, and those that are still undergoing treatment at the isolation center that we've set up in these 3 local government areas, with additional one that is being set up right here in the state capital also to take care of any contingency or any unforeseen situation that may arise.
Dr. Nuhu Koko, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Health in Kebbi State. A pleasure sharing your thoughts with us on the program. The Kano State government has granted automatic employment to 54 postgraduate medical students sponsored by his administration. The medical and pharmaceutical graduates who recently returned from India after completing their studies were hosted at a reception organized by the governor alongside other top government officials.
Getting to study this course, which is very new, especially in the northern part of Nigeria, and bringing it back home in respect to, we all know that now the concept of IVF is coming, but it's not really coming to the northern part of Nigeria. So we are bringing IVF back home. We are bringing IVF to Kano. We are bringing hope to infertile couples.
Good people of Kano State should expect better policies, better healthcare delivery, especially in terms of public health management, also the healthcare system, because we have seen how India is able to manage about 1.4 billion their population. So with the knowledge, with the impacts, with our interactions with the Indians, with the best hands and best hospitals in India, inshallah, Kano and Nigeria will be a great place for all of us.
Governor Abba Yusuf, who commended their outstanding performance and academic excellence, reaffirmed his administration's commitment to sponsor more students abroad to strengthen the state's healthcare sector.
Of the 1,001 scholarship beneficiaries, last year we sent a total of 418 students to both India and Uganda. All of you have graduated, including those that went to Uganda. The balance now of our students that are there in India, especially at Mewa University, total that remains 68 in number. And by the grace of Allah, by 17th of April, they are also coming back to their hometown. And we wish them all the success they deserve. When I came back from India, I made up my mind, despite the economic crunch, despite the sufferings, we are going to do whatever it takes to send another batch of students to India and to the same symbiosis in University.
The Court of Appeal Abuja has fixed April the 8th for hearing and determination of suits arising from the conduct of elections into the 44 local government areas of Kano State. The court fixed the date after resolving several motions or notices that accompanied the substantive matters. The Kano State House of Assembly has, however, asked the appellate court to void and set aside the judgment of the Federal High Court, which had restrained the conduct of the elections since October last year. The lawmakers maintain that the Federal High Court has no jurisdiction to dabble into local government conduct in Kano State, and that the suits filed by the APC and one Aminu Tiga was statute barred at the time it was filed, and that the two plaintiffs had no locus standing to have instituted the case.
Last week, similar case was decided by the Supreme Court between APC and the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, where they were barred from conducting election. So in the same case, that I presented to Federal High Court. Their challenge is Federal High Court has no jurisdiction. But the parties involved in this case, there are federal agencies which we instituted and acted on them. INEC were instructed by this competent court of law not to even give them a voters register. So we don't know which instrument did they use even in conducting that election. So to tell me that Federal High Court has no jurisdiction to entertain this case is absurd and ridiculous. We just want the court to give us the interpretation of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Electoral Act. Because these people, their involvement in partisan politics, how will they even conduct the election free and fair to the opposition?
Workers of Daewoo Construction Limited engaged for the turnaround maintenance at the Kaduna Refinery and Petrochemical Company have staged a protest against what they describe as suppression and denial of their rights by the company's management. The workers, under the aegis of the National Union of Civil Engineering, Construction, Furniture and Wood Workers and the Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC), accused the company of preventing them from participating in union activities, depriving them of employment benefits, and unfairly terminating contracts without recourse to due process and extant labor laws.
Carrying placards with various inscriptions and chanting solidarity songs, the aggrieved workers of Daewoo Construction Limited at the Kaduna Refinery blocked the entrance to the company to protest what they allege unfair treatment by the construction company. The company has been handling the maintenance of Kaduna Refinery for the past 2 years. However, the workers say that the company has not been fair to them since they were recruited. Allegations also include the sack of 30 workers without justification, as well as stopping the workers from joining labor unions. Led by the head of industrial relations at the National Union of Civil Engineering, Construction, Furniture and Wood Workers, Ayo Balogun, the union says it has made several attempts to engage Daewoo management on the matter but received no response.
By our procedures, we have engaged all the necessary procedure written to management, but it's sad to report here that management has been refusing to even receive our letters. For close to 2 years, we have been in this process.
If really they want to get inside and they want to continue with their normal day-to-day activity, they must. We say no against non-unionization. They must unionize our members because it's their right and they must be unionized.
Efforts to speak with the management of Daewoo Construction Limited was unsuccessful. However, the vice chairman of Kaduna State NLC appeals to the management to allow the workers participate in union activities.
The construction workers have been able to leaders have tried in all that they can to meet with the management and dialogue with them on how to provide solution, but it's been effortless. Our call to the management of Daewoo is to please allow their workers to have the right to join the union. They should not be suppressed. They should not be denied their own right as to workers, Nigerian workers.
Freedom come by struggle, by struggle. Freedom come by struggle. Freedom.
In the meantime, the workers say they will continue with the picketing as it's the only way to demand for their legitimate rights.
Male and female inmates who are serving their various jail terms at the Katsina Central Correctional Center have been visited by the wife of the governor, Fatima Rada. The aim is to look at their condition and have an idea about their immediate needs with a view to assist them and proffer solutions to their problems. Mrs. Rada was accompanied by the Commissioner for Women Affairs, Hadiza Yaradua, who emphasized how it feels for one to lose their freedom and be separated from their loved ones because of a crime.
We
came here to see, and then to show them solidarity, that we are solidly behind them, because we know how it feels to lose freedom. We know how it feels to be separated from loved ones. So we came to encourage them and then to proffer solutions to their problems. The Ministry of Women Affairs, under the leadership of Hajia Hadiza Adwa, is going to meet with her Honorable Commissioner for Health and then the Honorable Commissioner for Justice to know how to go about it, inshallah.
Today we decided to come and visit the female inmates prisons in Katsina State because, as you know, under my preview is anything and everything to do with women. And of course we're looking at inclusivity. So even these women that are behind locked doors, we're not leaving them behind. The ones that we can help get justice, we will. The ones that we can seek for justice for them through the office of His Excellency Malanduko Marada, we will. So it's just to show solidarity that we're behind them and we're here to support them.
The Minister of State for Defense, Dr. Bello Mohammed Matawale, has flagged off the distribution of 7,000 bags of rice to the All Progressives Congress members in Gusau, the Zamfara state capital. Handed over the commodity to the party executives in Gusau, the minister revealed that the foodstuff is a personal donation from the president and urged party members to continue to pray for the return of peace in the state. The minister, who was represented by the state ABC chairman, Honorable Tuka Damfulani, said the federal government is taking all necessary steps in tackling the menace of banditry and other criminal activities in the northwest region. He called for more understanding and tolerance amongst party members at all levels and assured them of more support. That's the program today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Melinda Akimami.